So when it comes to creepy or scary maps, we are no stranger to that on this channel. However, this map is definitely a new type of horror. I'm talking kilometers and kilometers of nothing but empty buildings within darkness. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, at first this map definitely did give me the creeps, because I've never really seen anything quite like it. Just big structures like this in a void. However, this is a pretty common thing when you look at anything that is liminal based. And this map definitely does suit that need. Tons of long corridors and doorways that seemingly don't lead to anything. Stairways that seem to go on and on forever. This is Giga-Khrushevka, a map that is again based on that liminal feeling of giant structures in darkness. And this is a type of liminal art I feel like I don't spend enough time appreciating. You know, it's always the typical back rooms or pool rooms or anything like that, but this is a different kind of fear. Now, I mean, everything that's liminal needs to be empty, but this is almost like something that you'd see out of like a nightmare. Like, it's a lot more imposing because you have that void that's actually out there now. Plus, if you have a fear of giant structures, then having a giant structure like this in darkness probably isn't going to help that. But I know for me at least, I've always been creeped out about ships being underwater in darkness, and that's not too different from this feeling. Now, the cool thing about this map is it does have nodes, so if you wanted to have NPCs on it for whatever reason, you totally can. And because all the rooms in the map are connected in some way, whether it's through all these staircases or the winding hallways and doors, this is surprisingly a pretty good map to actually fight NPCs on. Out of my way, Odessa. Here we got a manhack and a Metro police officer, and we can see the manhack is, well, doing manhack things just fine. And even the Metro police officer is, well, now he's dead. Alright, going on to the overall layout of the map, there's a few areas that are definitely worth noting. First off is the indoor areas, and if we kind of like clip through the map, we could see all the interactive areas, and there's lots of staircases. Now, some of these staircases don't seem to, well, actually lead anywhere. If we go down, we could see that all the way through here, there is a doorway, but when it comes to this particular staircase, there's not a single doorway, and look at that, Odessa found us once again. So not everything in this map is functional, but it definitely does look creepy. However, it's not just these indoor areas that you can interact with, you can also explore some of the outdoor areas like right here. So you can truly get a good look at the void that lies before you. Definitely pretty unnerving. Now, if we go back into the building, well, you're going to notice there's a hole in the wall to let you get in, which is pretty nice. There's also some doorways that do let you break out, and there's even some windows you can break as well. So there is some things you can discover. For instance, you can kind of like sneak along this ledge. Oh god. Oh god, the void. And hopefully not die like I did. But this is a much better representation right here. You can see you can jump over here. Not that that's really useful, because now we're kind of back where we were. Odessa, you keep coming out of nowhere, man. You're gonna give me the creeps. Alright, going back to that balcony we were on. Now we're on the other side. Hopefully we have better luck. Okay, Odessa's gonna just have to hang out in there. You can see that not every single walkway is completely stable, and, well, it's up to you if it's worth the risk of actually going out here and falling to your death. But overall, this is an insanely cool map, if not a little, well, kind of absolutely terrifying. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. This is definitely a really cool idea for a map. There's obviously not much to it because, well, it's liminal, so it's meant to be empty, but it has a lot of promise on, well, having a lot of cool things happen here. But you guys are the judge as always. If you do want to leave a like or subscribe, you know what to do. Thank you guys so much for the support. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. And as always, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this until the end. And until next time, my friends, farewell.